Spencer Lee is a awesome ambassador for the program all the way around. And the thing is, he's still only a sophomore. He's a true sophomore. He's 20 years old. We don't expect him to just start rah-rah leadership type stuff that might be out of his comfort zone, but he is a leader just being in that wrestling career. The way he competes, the way he holds himself, the way that he looks to his future, the way to graduate, do it right, the template. It was made for him, or he came in and maybe that's what inspires him, I don't know. But we got great leadership all the way up at the top, and he fits right in with that process. We love it. And he scores a lot of points. That's what we want. We want guys that score points. Not only match points, but match points equal bonus points for the team. And you saw that last year. And so you talk about, what kind of influence does he have? Well, I think he inspires guys to wrestle like Spencer Lee, be like Lee. Score a lot of points, and it turns into bonus points. We scored 30 bonus points in the national tournament last year. It's been a while since we've done that. And Spencer Lee led all champions with the most points scored in that tournament. It's a testament to how he trains, his mindset, and what he puts on his shoulders for this team.
What, if anything, does he have to guard against with all the expectations after being a champion?
I don't think you guard against anything in this sport or any sport or anything in life. I think you go out and you get what you want. And you're going to have adversity, and he knows that. He was raised that way. His dad's a high-level judo coach. His mom's a high-level judo athlete. He was raised, and there's going to be adversity in your life. You go out and take what you want. When things don't go your way, get up like a big boy and jump back on the horsey and giddy up again. And again, nobody does that better than probably wrestlers. And what I mean by that is it's evident if you do it or not. You can see it out there in a match. You can see it in the practice room. It's a one-on-one sport. You're naked out there, and Spencer Lee embodies that with the best of them.
One thing you have a leader like that, you have to have guys willing to match it or follow. You feel from top to bottom, you have guys that are willing to do that.
I think that I'm going to let those guys speak for themselves. And one of the things that we love about this team is that these guys speak for themselves. I don't know if I can speak for everybody and say that everybody's in that mold. We want everybody in that mold. It's going to take 10 weight classes to win a national title, and that's where the message may get a little stale here. And we haven't had 10 weight classes. We got some new faces. We had 2 new faces last year. We had Marinelli, we had Spencer Lee. Fans are excited about those guys returning. You guys are talking a lot about Spencer Lee, but let's talk about Marinelli. What's he bring to the table? He's a ferocious competitor. We love him. He lives the right lifestyle. He's the voice in that locker room. He'll go nose to nose with somebody in that locker room if they need it. And then you look at the new faces that we have. And you look at Mira, and you look at, name them. We have 4 returning All-Americans. That means 6 weight classes are up for grabs. So we're really excited about what's going on.
What's DeSanto bring to the program?
DeSanto, he's a new face. He brings a energy and a competitiveness that is contagious. There's a lot out there about maybe there's only one program for him, and that's this program. There's one coach for him, and that's this coach. And the way that he competes, sometimes he takes it overboard a little bit. We have to temper that, but at the same time, we're going to temper that without taking anything away from him edge-wise. We want him to have that edge. We want him to have that competitive fire. And I think he's going to be a fan favorite right away. His reputation precedes him. That's a good thing. I think it's a trend that's happening now, and we have great staff. We have great people here. Our recruiting effort starts with Gary Barger, Barbara Burke, and goes all the way down into our guys that don't have recognizable names in sport of wrestling right now. So, you know, it goes through our coaching staff, it goes through our All-Americans, our national champion, Spencer Lee, but it's very, very deep. And they see the family atmosphere. We don't say no. We don't say no. If we got the right guy, we're gonna get the right guy. We're gonna get him. It's not gonna be a matter of, man, can we make this work out? It's gonna work out. It's a little bit different approach, very aggressive, very aggressive. We've got the pants beat off us in the past, and it doesn't do you any good to be number 2 with the number 1 guy in the country. You don't get any points for being number 2 with the number 1 guy in the country as a recruit. You get a lot of points for a runner-up in the national tournament. We don't want to be the runner-up, but you get points for it, not the recruiting ground. He's good. I mean, you guys want to put a tag on him. I'm not putting a tag on him. We love him. You know, my brother wanted to recruit him when he beat Spencer Lee in the state finals. And, you know, he was already signed, sealed, and delivered to Drexel. But there was something there with Terry that caught his eye even when he was a junior. And Spencer whooped him pretty good when they were both juniors. And, so, hey, what comes around, you know, hey, it's good for everybody. You're putting the tag on him, I'm not. The balance is there. He wants to win really, really bad. That's okay. He's a great student. And when I say he's a great student, he's not the most talented, gifted student, but he's a great student because he works hard at it. Talk to his academic counselor. What kind of kid is he? He's very respectful, very motivated, very driven to do the right thing. Win, graduate, do it right. That's him also. It's not someone where the tag that you put on him is necessarily what's accurate. Are you going to take my word for it? Or are you going to take these people out Timbuktu's word for it? Take my word for it. How much do we talk about it or here? The challenge is great. They try to win a national title by as large a margin as possible every year. We try to do the same. We fell on the short end of that stick. We know we have work to do. We're doing it. It doesn't change how we go to work. The relevant thing would be that it's Penn State and we got to beat Hall at 74. We got to beat Nickel at 97 now with him moving up. I mean, you know, we got to beat, they got a 33-pounder that they really like that they're putting in their lineup. We got to beat him. We got to beat them all. And we got to beat them all from everywhere, from all corners. And nothing's changed in that regard either. I mean, we're surrounded. We have schools to the north, schools to the west, schools to the east, schools to the south. And the challenge is great, and we're up for it. We're never not up for it. We're just going to do a better job. We're going to do a better job when it comes to being 2, 3, or 4. Because 2, 3, or 4 is easy. 1, that's tough. Being 1 is tough. Here's the thing, if you want to be the champion, be the champion. That will narrow the gap in and of itself. So if we want to be the champion, so let's just be the champion. Caleb Young, another new face. And when I say new face, he's down in weight. He had some time in the lineup last year. We need more of a 7-minute match out of him, probably. That's the knock. Blow those matches open by wrestling hard for 7 minutes. And if he does that, then you know what? He's gonna have a successful career. Going down 2 weights helps him. He's naturally a 57/65. You know, we tried to get him big to 74, and I'm not sure that's the best thing for that guy. He's got a high metabolism rate. You know, he's not a guy that lets the grass grow under his feet. He's a doggone close to a 4-point student. He, again, another one of those win, graduate, do it right guys that, you know, dean's list, president's list. The dean and the president, they probably saw his name come across their desk, just as a student. But you know what? He's a Division I athlete, so let's be about that win. You know, in all caps, graduate, do it right.
Coach, have you ever had a weight class as strong as your 141 this year? How will that benefit your team throughout the whole season?
Remains to be seen how strong it is. The depth is certainly there. Apple and Turk, you know, compete for that spot last year, tooth and nail. And then this year, Mirren, you know, winning that spot. But Mirren has 5 wins against those guys now, dating back to last year. We actually talked about wrestling Mirren as a freshman last year. And then he had an injury. But we like the depth there. We like our new face, Max Mirren, there. But that's not, you know, a done deal. And that's up to Mirren to go out and compete hard. And you know what? I don't know if he's shown what he's about. I think he's one of those guys where he's going to compete harder than maybe what he's shown, but you know, let's see it. And what I mean by that is in the wrestle-offs. You know, he won 2 matches with first period takedowns, and when you're trying to win a match with a first period takedown, I don't know if your mindset's, you know, all the way where we want it. But there's a lot of familiarity there, and sometimes those wrestle-offs are tough. You know, I actually thought about right after that match with Turk and just walking up to both of them saying, hey, we're going to go again at the end here. You know, just seeing what would happen. You know, what would happen and what their body language would be like. You know, we gotta do what's best for our individuals first.
Michael Kenner, 74th, fill in that.
Yeah, he's a big, strong man, and he's someone that we work hard on every day to be the best that he can be, and it doesn't matter what weight class. So he's in that same mold. He's probably, his name's been across the dean's desk. He's on the dean's list. So you can see that we have a shift in culture maybe where, and it's because of, you know, the directive from above and the, you know, the communication and Liz Tovar and all the academic people, and you know, but it's also a tribute to our young men too, that this is important to them. And so our academics are definitely as strong as they've ever been as well. And that's not something I'm just slipping in there to make the program look good. I mean, this is real. This is win, graduate, do it right. It's real. It's not fake.
You mentioned Marinelli. What did he learn in the postseason? I know at times you were disappointed with his response.
Marinelli is a guy that loves to win, and when things are going right, he's, you know, hopping and feels really good about himself, and when things don't go so right, he tends to hang on to it maybe too long. I think that's probably the biggest thing that he's had to adjust. And we've thrown some things at him in the summer that that hopefully have made him, and I'm not going to say grow up because he's very mature. He's getting married next summer, and you know, he's a very mature guy, but he hangs on to this stuff too long. So we've done some things with him where he's going to have to, you know, move on quicker. And, you know, he sat after that, you know, he had an undefeated season as a freshman through that dual meet season. And then he lost that first match at the Big Tens and couldn't really get over it, even though he had 2 big wins after that. But then he had another hangover, you know, with the same guy or whatever. And then he had another hangover with the guy that he beat twice. And the thing about Marinelli is, and I'm probably guilty of being in the same category, is that people want to give it to you. And they'll make up stuff, they'll misrepresent a lot, and you know, you hear a lot about fake news, and I'll tell you what, it's fake news propaganda against that guy, because he wants to win so bad, and he wears his emotions on his sleeve, and he says exactly what's on his mind. So people, that's locker room material. You got to watch it. You got why go there? Why put it out there for people to kind of, you know, want to knock your block off? But that's who he is, and there's nobody probably more fun to go after that guy that is like that. But if you're going to be like that, you got to walk the walk. You're going to talk the talk, you got to walk the walk. And he knows that, so he's mature. So what's he got to do? Or he's done it. He's doing it, and we'll see. See, but he's real important to our program from a leadership point of view and how he competes. And he's kind of, you know, him and Kimmer, kind of the ones that brought it back. And Lee definitely winning the national title thing. You know, just how, you know, he's ready to go every day. And he's clapping his hands, and you know, he's ready to go for us. And you can't beat that. You can't beat that energy.
Outside of 141, what were some other reactions from Russell-Offs in 97? What were some of your initial reactions to Russell-Offs?
You said there was an upset at 41?
No, outside of 141.
Oh, outside.
What were some of your reactions?
You know, got to score more points, maybe. That comes down to what I talked about, familiarity. First period takedowns, it's a hard way to make a living in the sport. If you're going to get a first period takedown on me, you're not going to beat me. You've got to keep scoring. And we play a lot of matches to our team, and you know, the examples that we showed, it doesn't matter if you can score, just keep wrestling. And I'm not sure that our guys kept wrestling. We won some close matches where we actually had the benefit of a first period takedown, but if you rely on that, it'll bite you. So that's probably what I see, you know, more than anything. I think we have some depth that everybody's talking about. You know, we have Jacob Warner, who's not going to be in the lineup this weekend because he just got back. Well, when I say just got back, he got back in the middle of the third week in September for the World Championships. He needed a break. You know, that's important for us. He's been training. He hasn't missed a beat, but you know, just go from the World Championships in September right into the season, you know, we got to do it right. So he'll go either against Princeton or for sure against Purdue. So if you see him not in the lineup, don't freak out, so on and so forth. So we got to keep getting better. We got to get better every day. Kirk Ferentz says it best. That's the way that's the orders that he gives his troops. That's what they march to. Get better every day. We got to worry about what's in front of us. You know, I've learned that from him over the last decade or longer, and that perspective is a very healthy one. Then you got to make the adjustment. Then you got to put the results in the right column.
Is Wilkie better suited for
Wilkie, I'm glad you brought him up. I was going to bring him up in my opening statement, which I don't like opening statements, so let's see how sharp you guys are with questions and reading my mind. So that's awesome. Wilkie's athleticism will come out more at 84. I believe that. I've said that all along. I said that when he was at 197. Where he's a little bit maybe not chubby or whatever, but maybe a little bit chubby. And sometimes chubby is more than just your body. Sometimes you're chubby in the head, like a fat head. And not that he's a fat head or anything, but I think when you're Cash Wilkie and you're a dynamo athlete and you have all these tools and this quickness and this explosion, I think you'll be able to manage matches better. And I think it's going to work way more in his favor. Get down to 184, and he looks different, but he doesn't look sucked out different. He's leaner, he's meaner, he's hungry like a wolf, and not like a fat cat in the back of the couch on a sunny day in the window, basking and being lazy and eating and feeding and all those things. But he's on the prowl, he's on the hunt. He's like a wolf. Those wolves got those long, lean legs, and they go after bunny rabbits and all kinds of things that are fun to eat. You can't get away from you because you're faster and stronger and leaner and meaner. And that's how I would describe Cash Wilkie. And that's not to say that's an automatic that he's going to do better there. That's up to him. But I like him there, and plus it makes our team better. And he won a match Friday in a lopsided fashion against a guy who I think very highly of. Mitch Bowman was a round away from placing last year. That's no slouch, and that's what I told Cash Wilkie. He was, after his match, I said, you beat a guy there that I think pretty highly of. So this is not just a guy where you were the guy and that just automatically, he should have won that match, because Mitch Bowman's game. And that's another testament to whoever Hager went. You know, your question about what, you know, the depth and what we saw in the wrestle-off situation where, you know, there is depth there. But you know what, Wilkie, if you're the champion, then be the champion. You know what, Spencer Lee, if you're the champion, then be the champion. And I'll tell you what, it's a blast in that wrestling room, it's a lot of fun. These guys are solid, they're solid in a lot more ways than just being great wrestlers. They're solid people, and it's a lot more than just a blast to watch. I mean, there's blast is a metaphor for a lot of things. You know, a blast is like explosion, a blast double like putting you on your noggin. So a blast to watch, a blast to stop, a blast to kaboom, bam, you know. So there we go. Go down and talk to them. Don't take my word for it. And then let's get into the season and let's see what we can do. Thanks for coming. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Coach. All right, second floor wrestling room. Please remove your shoes.